Mm. Okay. Hello, Kamalala. Hello, Nan. Hello, Jeremy. Hello, Linda. Hello, Miss Bama. Hello, Cass. Sorry, the people I missed. Hello, Jones. Hello, Robert. Hello, Moulin. Hello, MKH. Hello, Kale. Hello, yeah, right, Hello, Melissa. Hello, Pumpkin. Hello, Diane. My goodness, people are rolling in. Hello, Narita. Hello, JR. Hello, Joshua. Sorry to all the people that I've missed already. Hello, Demi. Hello, Debbie. Demi and Debbie, I love that. Hello, Grandma Tracy. Hello, Angela. Hello, Anderson. Hello, Ellen. Hello, Jim. Hello, Jim. Hello, Beretta. Hello, Anonymous Grizzly? Glizzy, my bad. Hello, Kickass. Hello, Alex. Hello, T. Hello, Bex. Hello, Kel. Hello, Noah. Hello, Marks Bros. Hello, JT. Hello, April. Hello, Terry. Oh, gosh. Hello, Pete. Hello, Lisa. Hello, Dean. Hello, Gav. You guys have a whole month. It's crazy. Yeah, a whole month. Well, Black History Month, and don't worry, I do see your SS there. I see your dog whistle. Um, but yeah. Uh, Hello, Big Tone. Hello, Jason. Black History Month was originally later in the year. It was a community thing, and then the government was like, well, we'll give you a month, but we'll give you February. And like, people chose to go along with it. But yeah, first of all, Black History Month is every month. And second of all, when black people were doing it unofficially, it was like in summer because, people want to go outside and they want to grill and stuff and they want to have parties and whatnot. What's up, gang stalking? And yeah. How though? Do you mean African American history? No, I mean black history. Black people inside and outside of America that made contributions. Like, like tech stuff that innovations in technology. Did you get the job picking cotton? Oh, you're very cute and very racist. Hello Russell. Hello Claudia. Hello Kelly. Hello the Duke. Um, so what are you guys shooting each other? So why are you guys shooting each other every day? Do you see people shooting people now? Is the shooting in the room with us? Uh, just crap. TikTok is so goddamn obnoxious. Why? And it's true. Silly part of American history. Yep. You found the bottom of the barrel TikTok people. Oh yeah, definitely. How are you responsible for 13? That number is about arrests, not convictions. And arrests can happen for any reason. Your caption is so true. Thank you. Not the racist in the chat. We're letting the racist be in the chat. The racist can stay in the chat, but other black people are welcome to come up into the guest box. Hello, Payday. Hello, Cat Guy. Hello, Williams. Hello, Drew. Drew, you disagree? Hello, The Real. You don't think that black history is American history? Why is that? It's not. It's because your race can't ever stop, but okay. I mean, if you think that black people are always shooting each other, then there's nothing I can really do about that. Because because there are other black people around the world, not just in America. I mean, if you were looking to win on a technicality, then you won. Congratulations. Good job. Always blacks. Ooh, the blacks. Put on your clan hood. Shut up. Nobody. Hey, you don't tell the people to shut up in my chat. That's how you get the boot. You gotta leave now. I got you, gang stalking. You got it. What the hell is for real? Love you too, gang stalking. You're good. Hello, Grace. Hello, Scott. Uh, in McGinn Yogi, it's always them boo boo. I don't know what that's for. Hello, FTP. Hello, Travis. Agree with your statement. That's what's up, Grace. Hello, Todd. Hello, Baby Demon. Hello, Josh. Avatar. Avatar, put your age in the chat. Hydroplane. Welcome back, Hydroplane. 33? Alright. What's up?
Good afternoon. How you doing? So I agree with you. I agree with you that Black history is American history. But my question is, why do you need a whole month to discuss your history?
Ask the government. We're not the ones who decided that.
So would it make more sense to fight the government to say, hey, we don't need a whole month because it's going to cause a divide in the American populace?
I mean, if that's a discussion you want to have with the government, you should have it.
Well, don't you think we as Americans should have that discussion? Because if I said, hey, we should fight for a white month, white history month, what would you say?
I don't care.
Okay, well, I'm proud of you for saying that because I've asked this question to a lot of Black Americans, and they're saying, "Will it be considered racist?" And you guys don't need a White History Month.
Okay.
That's why I was asking. So I just wanted to hear your opinion on it. That's it.
All right. You take care.
You too.
All right. Hey, KB. I mean, White History Month is every month, but if y'all want a designated month, go off. Moon Mac, hello. He mad over a month. And really, it was a month that we didn't even pick. Like, the month that we did, I love the topic, yeah. The month that we picked was like in like summer. I think it was like actually June for Juneteenth. Why is he so annoyed? I don't ever ask me why white people do things. Like, white people do things because they're white, babe. Like, didn't speaking of that, people want to talk about crime and shootings. We just had a shooting like last night at the Chiefs parade, and I really doubt it was a black person who did it. Who said I'm white? Who said you aren't white? He hates February. Reported. Okay. Uh, it was three African Americans. Cite your sources. It was three blacks that did it, Lamau. Oh, we're not gonna block people. We're gonna be more lenient because I would rather the racist be here with me than be in somebody's chat that actually has to have a serious. It's actually trying to have like a serious discussion. because a lot of people are having a serious discussion on today. Um, because like, oh, you're good. You don't have to apologize. I didn't explain that beforehand. A lot of people are trying to have a serious discussion today, so I just like threw this up here. So it's like, all right, the rats can come this way and eat this cheese, and like those people can have their serious discussion. Because like having to moderate a chat sucks. It really does. Oh, I'm not doing that shit. All right. What did you want me to mute on? Oh, we're still blocking people for talking about illegal immigrants. Um, we're still blocking any what else? Oh, well, we're also always blocking pro-Israel people. Like they don't even get a chance. Just go ahead and block the motherfuckers. You prejudice, and if you're worried about prejudice, you might want to get off TikTok because TikTok has admitted to landlords and police, yes, because TikTok has admitted to shadow banning content with by people with disabilities and facial disfigurements. So if you're worried about people being prejudiced and biased, then you should get off TikTok. Synergy Comics, hello. Hello, Buxton. Hello, Cowpoke. Hello, Will. If Black history is American history, then why aren't we all Americans despite color? That is a dumbass question. Like, we literally all are Americans. I'm doing all right. Catho, how are you? Hello. Let me try to get your name right. Chile. I'm pinning you so you know I'm talking to you. Hang on. Chile. Chile. I'm trying to get this little accent mark. I'm not really good with that accent mark. But hello, welcome to the life. So why aren't we all Americans despite color? If you live in America, if you live in the United States, well, if you live in North or South America, you're an American. Your question is asinine as fuck. Because if they couldn't leverage race, accountability would come. If they couldn't leverage race, accountability would be easier to accomplish. Yeah, that's how whiteness goes. When a black person gets held accountable, it's called justice. When a white person gets held accountable, it's called canceling. Not all black history is American, but that's not the point of the statement he's stating. Right, Grace. You'll find that the what do the Redditors say? The average IQ of this chat, whatever the Redditors say. So your race has a month, but you're also over 80% of the prison population. Uh, are we over? No. White people are always going to be more of the prison population because there's just more white people in America. Yeah. Oh, and we are also always blocking spammers, people who make repeat comments. We always block spammers. White are. Hang on a second. White a am Arica paying welfare. I don't know what Amarica is, but thank you for your input, John. Anywho, trying to. Oh, there you go. I'm sure he's referring to systemic racism in America. Yeah, this is some BS. I'm out of here. That is that right there. That's the iconic. Oh, thank you for the follow, Grace. Um, do you agree Elon Musk must? Oh wait, that went by kind of fast. Do you agree Elon Musk is the most intelligent African American of all time? Uh, I don't know. I agree with your background right on. A part of me is just well, the answer is no. I you and I both know the answer is no. But like finally, yeah. How you doing? Uh LaDonna. Hello, LaDonna. So with common sense, ain't it? So why does your race deserve an entire month? I didn't say they did. Do you think the Jewish whose ancestors have been prosecuted in other nations deserve reparations? Um, I mean, yeah. I don't see like at base, I don't see why not. But I am not Jewish, so that is for them to have that discussion. Here's some Flint Nixon, not all black history is American. Yeah, but that's not the point of the statement. The I live in the United States of America, so that's what this is about. This isn't about like obviously the African diaspora is global. There's a burp in here somewhere. Hang on. Oh, there we go. Obviously, the African diaspora is. Let me pin this so y'all know who I'm talking to. I forget to do that. Obviously, the African diaspora is global, but I live in the United States of America. I live in North America, so this is talking about North America. Has an African American done more for the world than Elon Musk? I mean, if you believe Elon Musk is an African American, you're already off to a bad start. Doesn't Elon Musk still live there? We deserve every month. Now what? Ain't it? Get him, Queen. You're good. Um, and for those of you who actually know Black history about Black History Month, it wasn't originally February. That's what the government decided to give us. Uh, eh, Black culture is American. No. So then why need a separate month? Because it focuses on the achievements of Black people. Just like next month, March is Women's History Month. It's going to focus on the achievement of women. I think the following month is Native American History Month. There's also Hispanic History Month. I believe that's June. It focuses on the accomplishments of each group since it has been recognized that some groups are getting their accomplishments undermined. Like, there's so much about black inventions and black innovations that I didn't know about until I became an adult because I grew up in the 90s, so all they taught me in school was the whitewashed Martin Luther King and George Washington Carver and Rosa Parks. I grew up and I learned a black man invented the toilet seat, a black woman invented pads, a black man invented the damn traffic lights. I grew up, like, the reason why we need focus, and this focus can boil down to 1 month, is because of our whitewashed school system teaching us mainly about 3 black historical figures and teaches one of them inaccurately. The whole thing with George Washington Carver and peanut butter is actually inaccurate. It's more of a long story short. than what actually happened with George Washington Carver. I didn't grow up knowing that a black woman invented sanitary pads. I didn't grow up knowing that a black man invented the fucking super soaker. A black man that worked for NASA invented super soakers. I learned that as an adult. I was in school for how many some odd years, and I'm just now learning all this stuff as an adult because they only talk about 3 black people in school. This is why we need Black History Month, and the same can be said for other groups that aren't white men to showcase their innovations. That's why Women's History Month is next month, because women of all races, of all backgrounds, all across the board, also had their achievements undermined. So we can stop having things like Black History Month and Women's History Month and so on and so forth when everyone is acknowledged equally. That's when these things can stop. But until then, we need these things so we can actually learn all of the contributors to the society that we have today rather than just a few white men. And with that being said, while y'all are complaining on the internet, a black woman invented the framework for the microchips for our phones. So while you're out here getting ready to put on your Klan hoods and go to the Klan meeting and talk about how you owned a black person on the internet, you're going to be showcasing a black woman's work that you so-called pwned somebody with. Also didn't learn that until I was an adult. Still need an example of systemic racism other than affirmative action. This is actually a really good one right here. The so we know that affirmative action was to put white women ahead because white women were so stifled. And I'm only partially joking. White women got treated like shit, and we shouldn't. That's also part of what Women's History Month is for. White women did. Anybody who wasn't an able-bodied white man got treated like shit. Disabled white men also got treated like shit because they were disabled. But moving them right along. Affirmative action helped white women more than it helped anybody else. So going off of that, another example of systemic racism is the adultification of black children. The demand that black children need to act more mature, the expectation that black women's bodies mature faster than pretty much any other group, which, sometimes that happens, but everybody's an anomaly. The way black children, black and Mexican children actually, are more likely to be tried as adults in the United States justice system for the same petty crimes as their white counterparts. Like shoplifting, for example. I don't know a teenager that doesn't shoplift every now and then, but a black kid shoplifting a backpack is going to look a lot different from a white kid shoplifting a backpack. All right. And Madam J. Walker, you right. Air conditioning, you right. You right. You know what? You earned the spot. Here you go. I needed that. Madam J. Walker and air conditioning. Yes. And the bed, and the light, and the thermostat. Y'all on it. What else? Black women setting the framework for microchips also led into other things. Like that's our video game consoles, that's our laptops, that's pretty much everything with a microchip in it that needs to process information. That's computers. That's it. And if you don't believe me, by all means, you can go look this stuff up. Google is free. You can access Google on the same device that you're using to be a faux intellectual in a TikTok live. I forgot to do this before I started. Okay. No, we don't need racial focus. Well, yeah, because you're white. Of course you would say that. Um, Trump having a coded system not allowing black tenants as residents is an example. And there you go. True, because they're. Um, um, hey. All right, I'm catching up with the comments. There we go. Also another example of racism. Speaking of coded systems, like just taking this word. Hey, Paul, what's up? Just take. Hey, Lynn. Hey, just taking this system. Um, the words coded system. Anti-blackness is an AI, or more appropriately, advanced algorithms. Um, since you want attention so much, um, we had that problem on Twitter, and I don't know if they're still having it. I left Twitter a long time ago. Hello, Beans. Hey, Terrifying. Hello, Potato. Uh, you can't provide an example. Literally gave you examples. If you don't like my examples or you don't want to hear my examples, that's different from providing an example. Because you can tell that black black children are often treated like adults in the justice system and even in the medical system. But what I tell you what though, what would be a sufficient example for you on systemic racism? What kind of example would you want to hear? You saying this happens doesn't make it true. Okay. Well, what example would be sufficient for you to believe that systemic racism exists then? Handout, I asked to credit your statement. Didn't have none. Oh, what kind of flag is that? We got to keep up with some of these people. Hey, just so you know, a discolored American flag is actually against flag code. You're not supposed to make any changes to the flag. So any discolorations are disrespectful to the flag. Let's get to 1,000 likes, y'all. We're doing the live thing. Let's get to 1,000 likes. The only person holding you down is you. Bro, I got a whole month and you're mad in the comments. Get bent. A law in place that is driven unequivocally benefits one race over another. Oh, it's always going to be that, right? Wait, is that Dr. Phil avatar? Get out of here. You're not having a real conversation. You like anybody who likes Dr. Phil can also go, Dr. Phil is a fraud and a scam, and we don't allow scammers in here. Get the fuck out. Anyway. Uh White country, sorry, babe. Oh, you don't want an actual white country. Because if this country, because if we all left, okay, no Dr. Phil, there you go. Because if we all left and left the white people to their own devices, y'all would eventually eat each other. You see what happened? Like that's literally what happened in Europe. The crime rate would go way down. Yeah, it would go way down because you would have way less people. Of course. Can you believe That the crime rate will go down if you have less people. Can you believe that? Hey, free Palestine. Can you believe that the crime rate would go down if you have less people? Can you do math? How do you go live without 1,000 followers? I had 1,000 followers. Let me pin your comment so people know I'm talking to you. I had 1,000 followers, but there was a mass exodus of sorts. But since I passed the threshold, I can continue to go live. Europe was fighting each other throughout history, like literally. Knowing that white Europeans were fighting each other all throughout history, what makes you think that American white people won't turn on each other because white people will be all that is left if everybody else leaves? Like, because like the white on white crime is real, y'all. Like, everybody wants to talk about black on black crime because that's a narrative that got pushed by police to undermine police brutality. But like, let's talk about white on white crime for real. The white on white on white crime would go up. Aren't you worried about white on white crime? Or do you just worry about crime when it's somebody else doing it? Like, what about all that white on white crime going on in Europe right now? What about, where were you for the white on white crime in Russia and Ukraine? Like, let's talk about that. If all the POC leave, especially Hispanics, the economy will literally be a. They do most of the work. I mean, I can't. I don't. We don't live in a world where that's a thing. I don't know what would happen, Hazel, but I tell you what, I'm willing to find out. All of like, I know it would be hard to convince the Native Americans to do this, but all of us really should just leave and let these white people eat each other. And I know it'd be hard to convince some people to do this, but I am all for this. Like a mass exodus segregation. All right, y'all want America so bad, you can have it. See how well you do, and just let them have it. Who's Europe's governor? Wait, what? I don't know. Every white state is less violent that the I don't know what that the black states. I don't. There are no black or white states. Oh man, I hate to break it to you, Sean Davis, but black people everywhere. There are no black and white states, my guy. Fact: most urban black Americans do not respect their own live. You mean their live streams? I'm sure they do respect their own lives. Because if they're live streaming, then like I am, then yeah, what I don't know what the metric is for like black live streaming and especially urban black American live streaming, but I respect my live. I like going live. I like talking to strangers. Restricted, and you're gonna stay that way. I'm just not gonna answer the motherfuckers. Um, but yeah, like I've come across a few black live streamers. Um, I would say they respect their lives pretty well. Who's Africa's president? Cut it out. Please start packing. Please pay for my fucking passport. These passports are expensive out here. All right. Their neighborhood The internet doesn't have a neighborhood. If you live in America, you were born in America, then you're an American. Quit putting color on G. I don't know what G is. Oh, y'all can ignore it's me, Chongo. He's a stalker. We just ignore him until he scrolls away. Oh, imagine the crime rate dropping by half. I mean, the crime rate would go down because there would be less people. Uh, Black history is African history. I mean, yeah. There's no, I get like black people are everywhere, so there's no wrong statement. This pertains to where I live. I'm not a big what? I live in the whitest city in America, so I haven't had too many interactions with black people, but I'm not a big head. Okay. I don't know what that means, babe. Divide crime by half. That's why and that's when 13% leave. Again, 13% is arrests, not convictions. Also, you're very like by all means, if you're so concerned about that 13%, let's look at that the other side of that percentage. Um Also, I made a video about this. Uh Lynn muted him for 30 seconds. I love that, Lynn. Uh let's look up the other side. Black American males? What? Oh, y'all 13% comments annoys me because why should a whole race be blamed for the actions of black male Americans? I mean, let's talk about it for real, right? Like, people talk about this whole 13% thing, and 13% are just arrests. Hey, Maribel. Um, it's not convictions. Hey, Libra. Uh, no, it's 13%. Actually, don't we make up more than 13% of the population? All right, now you're starting to argue with my mods. You gotta go. Anywho, he'll be back with another account. He's made it very clear he has like 5 accounts, and he has said that he's very happy and fulfilled with his life. So for those of you who don't know, I usually do lives about homelessness because I'm homeless. And apparently, hey, what's up? And probably okay. Hey, I just made one for this one. Boop. All right, I got you. Hang on a second. There you go. Um. So yeah, and he's like, I have everything that I need and blah blah blah. But like, all right, well, if you have everything that you need, then you shouldn't be harassing a homeless person because you have everything you need. Like, shouldn't you be on your yacht somewhere with everything that you need? But no, it's like, I have everything I need. I'm happy and fulfilled with my life. Let me go harass a homeless person. It's whenever someone else silences you. I mean, you can look up the definition of censorship. You don't have to believe me. Google is free, as I said. But if Lind is in here blocking people from I'm not going to stop Lind from blocking misinformation. Um, but and also, if anybody else also wants to block people for misinformation, I'm definitely not going to stop you from doing that. I personally, I let the troll, because like for me, it's like the trolls lie for their own sake, and like my crowd is usually more mature than that. Like everybody comes in here with their own stance, and if people have decided that they're going to lie, they're going to go ahead and lie. But if y'all want to block misinformation, please do, because I know that misinformation can be harmful, and I'm not denoting that at all. That's not true. Anyone can censor anything. My brother in Christ, I know you don't like it. I know facts are really interfering with your feelings right now, but the legal definition of censorship is right here. You can look it up. I'm not trying to deceive you. I'm not trying to fool you. I promise you. Because the reason why it's not censorship is because you can go to another social media platform and say the same thing. Silencing is equal to censorship, but you're not being silenced though. I mean, and honestly, silencing is assassination. So if you're comparing being assassinated to somebody blocking you on a social media platform, that says more about your own value of your own life than it does about me. Maribel Renz. Oh, what did Maribel? The power is held who censors. I mean, you're if you're getting censored on my live, then that means you get censored across TikTok. You can still go on any other part of TikTok and say what you want to say, especially your own page. And also, complaining about being censored on somebody else's platform or their piece of the platform is like, what is that like? If anybody can come up with a good analogy for that, go ahead. Hello, Sergeant. And it's like, and it's so weird that people yell about being censored. Like, what are people censoring? They said they were homeless. Yes, I am. Hello, Nickel. How you doing, Sergeant? Hello, Tree. Hello, Lift Cause. Sorry if I'm not the best mod right now. I'm cooking. You're good, Amina. How are you doing? Homeless. I'm here regularly. Right. Saying the word since. Oh, Gonzalez, I wasn't talking to you. There you go. There's Mr. Munch. I mean, if you think that you're being censored, you should probably leave. This is obviously making you uncomfortable. As I'm talking to you while you're yelling about being censored. Oh, yes, I do have a job. You're looking at it. It's talking to idiots like you. Uh, Bad pain day here, modding as I can. Understandable. Carl, censorship is necessary. Mm, I can see that. Thank you for the rose, Aja. Thank you so much. Wolfbane hell. You're so right. Like people people who talk about oh, we're on our way. Okay. Ugh. Censorship, censor lack of empathy individuals. I mean, there are some people who deserve censorship. Hang on, y'all. I don't know if y'all are gonna be able to see or hear me, but I gotta respond to something real quick. Bye. Okay. Hmm. All right, cool. Imagine not having an argument against a position you censor instead of exposing. I mean, it's not my job to have an argument. Like that, I don't have to argue. It's right here, and I don't have to sway. Like, I realize that people with a lot of entitlement complain about censorship. Censorship is when your country blocks most of the web from its citizens. Stop that. You added pronouns. You adding pronouns says everything. Okay. If you don't like pronouns, then you should probably stop using them yourself, like how you just used you there. Homelessness is a serious issue right now. It could happen to anyone. Yes, it could. Oh, here's one that they really won't like. Hang on, y'all. Bam. And these are new, so I didn't have to go back. And here's another one. Now, I'm not going to use this one a whole lot because it has a lot of imagery going on. Yes. Hello, bad China. That's so cute. Yay. Ooh. Try again in another 150 years. You know, you want to complain about censorship so much? Here you go. There you go. All right. Agreed. If you crunch the numbers, reparations are very doable. Yes, facts. And reparations can happen over the course of years. It doesn't have to be paid all out at once. But that's how people are acting. And also this one, super simple. These are from Canva, by the way. Uh if all lives matter, then that means Black lives matter. If all lives matter is your response to Black lives matter, then that means all lives don't matter. Hello, Tyra. Hello, Kaz. Hello, Just Goobs. Just Goobs, put your age in the chat. 31. Martin, wait, why did you? Oh, that's not who I thought it was. Okay. 31. Does anybody want to go check Just Goob's profile? It has to be public. It has to have videos, and he has. I'm sorry, I don't want to assume they have to have their face showing in the videos. You mad they elected February as Black History Month? I mean, that was a choice, right? Because really, Black people were celebrating Black History Month before the government did that, and we chose to go along with it. We could definitely just keep celebrating during any other month. Yeah, seems legit. Black Lives Matter first. He has the stuff. Okay.
How's it going, beautiful?
Doing all right. How about yourself?
I'm alive. Fuck. I'm waiting on pizza.
Fair enough. So what's up?
I mean, I guess I'm confused because we're all human. Why do you give a fuck about someone else's business?
Correct.
So I guess I'm just kind of confused because I sit here and I debate with people every day about how you should just be kind to the next person next to you. It don't matter their skin color, their fucking, excuse my French, where they come from, what their origins are. Be respectful. We're all human.
You're right.
So I'm legit. I guess I'm lost on that. So if you could help me, that'd be great.
But my friend, you said that you're waiting on pizza, but like, are you driving by chance?
No, ma'am. You got my fan behind me. I'm in Minnesota, so it's cold up here, and I got a heater in the garage, and that's what you're hearing.
Okay. So what are you looking for, my friend? What's up?
See
Oh,
that?
hang on. Because I said I was gonna do something. So you said that you needed help with something. What's up?
Me? I don't need help with nothing.
No, you said you wanted me to help you out with
Oh no, no. Okay. Understand why everybody's got to be in someone else's business and think that someone else is under them. Like we all are one.
um I mean, I don't really have a response to that. I don't know.
See what I mean though? Like, girl, you ain't no different than me. You bleed red. I bleed red. We cut the same. Um, what the fuck is the difference between color? If y'all can't get it through your head that we're all American and we bleed the same, we want the same. I
Okay.
don't get it. I don't get it.
Oh, I get what you're saying. So, you're talking about like the long story short of what you're asking me is where did the concept of race come from? And I can answer that
Oh,
because
I know
I
where it came from.
where did it come
The Irish were slaved. The blacks were slaved. Um, I get where it comes from, but why can't we
No, but
release it?
do you understand? Do you? I mean, you said Irish, and then you said black people. Do you know where the concept of race originated from?
No, I can't say I do.
Okay.
Besides, you know what I mean?
So the concept of race originally, I learned that the concept of race originated from the Mediterranean. But if somebody wants to correct me in the comments, please do. I can. Who invented the concept of race? Because it wasn't the Europeans, actually.
I don't believe it was either, but you know, like whatever. Like we deal with what we deal with, and I guess at the end of the day, it really doesn't. We're all sitting where we're sitting. What are you gonna do?
Francisco Bonner, um, developed the first comprehensive classification of humans into distinct races, which was published in a French journal article, so on and so forth. Now we're going to talk about why the concept of race. Why was the concept of race invented? And I think that this will answer the question that you are ultimately trying to ask.
I'll make sense. Please tell me.
For sure. Um, Scientists began to assume that the human species could be divided into distinct subgroups. One's race necessarily implies that one group had certain characteristics and qualities and physical dispositions that differentiated it from other human populations. And that's the long story short on Wikipedia.
Oh, I
So,
get you. I get you. Okay, so can anybody tell me why we have to chase that?
I mean, if,
Honestly,
I mean, if you don't want to, then don't.
but why? I mean, let me ask you this. What the fuck is it gonna do for you and me? I'm gonna sit here and be like, "Oh, that's a black girl. Like she shouldn't be treated the same." That does nothing for me.
Uh,
You get what I'm saying?
yeah.
I just don't get it. I guess it's not gonna change a fucking thing in my life. Like not a damn thing. I have a family, 3 kids, a wife. What is your life gonna benefit me to sit here and judge you or treat you any different?
I mean, in the long run, especially in the United States. Hang on, y'all. I see you wanting to come up. Hang on. Host, can I add someone? No, I'm gonna talk directly to him, and then somebody else can come up. Um, so racism. I can see what you're saying. You're saying that racism uh doesn't benefit you individually, and I get that. Individually speaking, discriminating against people based on their attributes doesn't benefit anyone. Systemically, the United States, I'm speaking
That's
for
the
the United
sad part.
States.
I'm
Uh,
hearing you. Sorry, I just wanted to
yeah.
say that's the sad part.
Yeah, but so hey system. Um Systemically speaking, the United States has invested a lot into uh discriminatory structures, not just about race, but also based on gender.
Okay, so where
Uh,
does it come from, girly?
I'm sorry, what?
Where does it come from? Because that's not every person's belief. A lot of
Well,
people believe,
I told you where it came from. It came from Francisco Bonaire.
and not necessarily. Um, who? Okay, let me ask you this. I don't mean to interrupt you, and I'm sorry if I seem disrespectful. I don't mean to. But who keeps pushing that narrative? Because
Um,
it's not the white people or Americans that do that.
are you
It
sure it's
is.
not the white people?
I mean, racism is in every culture. I don't give a fuck who you are. I I mean, I know plenty of white racist people, and I know plenty of black racist people. So
Okay, so
no,
hang on a second. So you said
yes,
racism
ma'am.
is in every culture, but then you just said white people and black people.
No, I said that racism comes in every culture.
Oh, comes in every culture. Okay. But then you just said white people and black people. So you know that there's more than just white people and black people.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm gonna let somebody else. Let's see what they got. All right.
So you got.
So, hello. How are y'all doing today?
Hey, hey.
I'm
So,
alive.
I'm the most impatient person. I'm not gonna lie, because I'm kind of just sitting there waiting on my edge of my seat. All right, a couple things. First of all, the invention of race. On that, there were classifications from many different regions about like darker skinned and lighter skinned individuals. It wasn't until the individuals, like the individual that you mentioned, created the actual classifications of race that we still see today, those being white, black, indigenous, Pacific Islander, and Asian. Okay, and another thing, I want you to understand this just good. The reason that you don't think racism is that big of a deal is because the system has been set up in such a way so that you don't have to think about racism. You don't have to think about race. You have the privilege to go outside every single day and say, you know what? I'm a human and everybody else is a human, because society doesn't classify you as your race. Society classifies you as an individual first and not your race first, as it classifies many
Why?
other black and brown and indigenous people of color. So yeah,
So
I would
why
also just
why
ask in
why
this
does color?
conversation, just one second, I'm setting a boundary.
Hang
I would
on.
ask in this
So we're not.
conversation, please don't
Hang on,
interrupt me.
Amelia.
That's the other
Amelia,
thing.
hang on. Hang on. So we're not going to talk over each other because there's a lot going on. So wait for Armenia. I'm sorry,
Um,
Armina to respond, and then you can respond. Okay.
yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
Okay.
exactly.
Go
That's
ahead.
Thank you, host. I just wanted to say, like, please don't talk over me. It's very difficult for me in conversations when people do that, and I respect that you are seem to be respectful. So yeah,
Absolutely. I'm not trying to do anything else.
you're good to respond if you feel the need.
Okay. Starters. So I was adopted by two gay guys. Should I automatically assume that every person is out to get me, or what's the deal there?
What?
Because I feel like it's the same scenario. Like,
You were adopted by two gay men,
yes,
and
ma'am.
you think that people you can't.
No,
Okay,
it's the
so you
same. It's the
can't.
same scenario.
No, it's
Like,
not. You can't look at you and tell that you had same sex parents, but you can look at me and tell that I'm black. That's not the same.
It's also not the same because intersectionality exists and there are gay black people. So that adds another layer to it as well. And I also do want to say that argument I totally understand, but like using that same argument, where there's not some precautions you took growing up, knowing that the family dynamic you had at home was not the normal dynamic, and possibly you needed to take extra safety precautions in certain scenarios and situations.
So we also are not going to look at the fact that I have different views on a lot of shit. My parents are Democrat. I'm Republican. Whether that matters or not, it doesn't. But in the same sense, I have my own views. And I've seen shit that a lot of kids don't see. Like, I guess I'm looking at it and I'm going, like, it's ridiculous. Like, you're human. I'm human. That's what my parents taught me. Like, you know.
You said that you were adopted by same-sex parents. Were they both white, or were they interracial couple, or what?
It doesn't matter. Literally, that's the point. It doesn't matter.
Wait,
Whether they were white or black.
So
it doesn't matter.
No, it actually does matter, because gay interracial couples also face more violence.
I had this conversation with someone else. Not necessarily. I'm married with 3 kids. I just re-proposed to my wife last night. It's not the same thing. It's not. And
So are you saying that your wife is
you can't compare that. Like,
wait, are you saying your wife is
human.
black?
Like, we all have the same values in life.
No, we don't.
Oh, okay. No, you're right.
You're
Technically, you're right. Yes, but we all want happiness and prosperity, right?
Yeah. Ultimately.
So, what makes you different than me?
I mean, at base, nothing. As you're stripping down to the bare bones of the situation. You are correct. There is nothing that makes us different. But how we are systemically treated is what is dividing us, and the system is what we need to address. Thank you, Pale Horse, for the roses. I'm gonna need water for all these roses.
You can't fix stupid. You can't. Like, there's I wish I could, because I'd fucking help you. But you can't. People are ignorant. People hate. People do things that we can't control.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what it comes down to. Like,
so is it about individuals, or is this about the systems that were set up to empower certain individuals over others? Because that's what we're
it's about the system, girly. You know it is. Like, excuse my French again, but fuck, like, look at the world we live in. It's all about systems. It's all about money. That's the worst thing. But what do we do about that? Like,
so
what are we supposed to do?
Hang on, are you anti-capitalist?
Me? No. I don't picture myself as anybody but a human.
So what are your thoughts on money?
What's my thoughts on what?
Money.
It's a property.
All right, it's a tool, right?
Yeah, and sadly, without it, I can't live. But I have to live, so.
Okay. No, hang on. I'm not gonna let's take that in for a second. So it sounds to me, and feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, you understand that the value that people put into money over other people's lives is a problem. Am I gauging that correctly?
No, you're completely correct. Everything's about money. That's the sad thing.
Okay. So what do you think our world would look like without money?
I don't know. I've always thought about that, and it still sits in my mind. I couldn't tell you. I feel it would be shambles, because money's built on everything.
Well, and you're right, but let's say that money was no object. Let's say that you had everything, like you could get anything you want already taken care of. I want you to let's start the basics. Your house. If money were no object, what would you have in your house right now? Doesn't matter what it
Greediness.
is. What?
Greediness.
What'd you say?
Greediness.
No, I didn't ask you that. I
No,
asked you if
that's
money.
what it would be. Like, it would be greedy. Like,
Okay, I need you to stop. I'm asking you a question. If money were no object, what would you have in your house right now?
everything that I have.
You wouldn't want anything else. No big screen
No,
TV.
no, no. I got 3 kids. I got a wife. I got ice house. I'm contently happy, if that makes sense. I
You,
money doesn't run my tree. Family does. At the end of the day, it's always what mattered to me.
and you
Is
and you
family.
said that you need money to live. Like, and we only need money to live because of capitalism. So let's take out capitalism. If you could get one thing right now, what would it be?
Okay, give me a second because I gotta think about this.
Okay. Blackie people, go ahead and put on your clan hood, Mac. My goodness.
I would buy.
No, you wouldn't buy it. You would have it. What would it be?
Well, no, I would use that money to buy something. Like, why would you have money if you ain't gonna buy something? I'd buy.
So just stop. I need you to unlearn the propaganda of just in your fantasy right now. We are no money. If money were no object, if you had no limitations, what would you have in your house right now?
Nothing. I don't know what I would buy. Like,
Just you're not buy. Unlearn the word buy for a second. You're not buying anything.
no, if you had money, that's what you're saying. If you had money,
I said if money were no object, what would you have in your house? I didn't say anything about money. A bidet. You better hush. Oh, and y'all in the comments, hey, I normally I'm more attentive to what's going on in the comments and the people coming in and all that. Thank y'all so much for being in the live. Thank y'all so much for coming into the lives. Orochi, I do see you. You're great. Thank you for being here. Jive Turkey, I love your name first of all. Thank y'all so much for being here. Thanks y'all for commenting. Uh, that I'm sorry I'm mispronouncing that. Y'all, let's like the live and let's get to 10K lives. And please do share the live so we can expand on this conversation. Thank you so much for the roses, Sergeant. I'm going to need water for all these roses. All right, back to you, Jess. Jess, so you're saying that you have absolutely everything that you need and want. There's nothing else that you want. You wouldn't want a new dishwasher. You
no, I wouldn't. I have the love and the life that I want. Like, I don't. Yeah, something might go out, and I might have to replace something. It happens. I had to replace a fucking dryer the other week.
That's too vague.
It's part of
But
life. Like,
uh, Justin's Florence, if that's too vague, what would you suggest?
I don't see why color has to do with anything.
I'm not asking you about color.
No,
I'm
but that's what it comes down to.
asking you what you would have in your house if money were no object.
Am I supposed to be a millionaire? Like,
All right, Jess, I think you'll figure it out one day, but now isn't the time. But I definitely want you, if you are willing, I definitely want you to chew on that and take it with you for future reference, because there was once a world without money, and there can be a world without money again, my friend. It's all about unlearning.
so
Hang
can
on
I
a
ask you
second.
quick?
Hang on a second. Amina, please go ahead.
I know that we obviously like went on a kind of different side quest, I guess, if you will, but once again, just good. I want to. Oh. Well,
He had to go think about it. He had to go
Oh.
think about it.
that's good. I hope he's still alive, because I do want to say once again, if the system is built right so that it benefits you, so that you don't have to worry about race, because that's how the system of racism works, then thus to you, race is not a big deal, right?
Right.
Like,
Right.
it's proving the point and the reality of racism and how race works even in society today.
Yeah. Justice Form, do you want to come up? Jive Turkey got it. Justice Forms, do you want to come up? Can you come up? Oh yeah, you can come up. No wait, follower. Yeah, you can come up. How you doing?
Hello. I'm just trying to understand. I'm in the bathroom right now. I might mute. I'm sorry.
Okay. Take your time.
But no, I will listen just so I understand.
Okay. Um. Wait. Well, while you're doing that, I'm gonna address the comments. Multitasking. Yes. Race is less important than socioeconomic standings. Uh. I mean, race kind of made socioeconomic standings if you look at it from a different perspective. Socioeconomics is also very complex. You go. You forgot the key is education. You forgot in after is education is key. What the fuck? Voltec, go call 911. You're having a seizure. Um, Apple Probers. All history is American history. I mean, all American history is American history. He isn't comprehending. Y'all, I feel like he'll get it. I feel like I was probably the first person who ever asked him that, and now he has to think about it. Uh, Hello, Mel. And thank you to the mods. Y'all have really been sitting through some stuff. Uh, it's not Black history, it's American history. Okay. Absolutely Black history, American history. Everything important is history, not just some. Exactly. Well, Justice, while you're having a time right now, so while you get yourself together, we're gonna oh, okay, you
I'm
unmuted.
struggling at the moment. I'm still working on it.
Okay. Well, we're gonna let you do that, okay? I don't want you to feel rushed. All right. Hey, Ezra, Allure. But yeah, tastes like chicken. Yep. Uh, but yeah, I think y'all might have Taco Rizzy. Good day, ladies. There are no ladies here. Talker. Okay. But yeah, I know that the comments were going by really fast at some point, and then like my mods came and really like swept and mopped. Hello, Shay. Hello, Tim Tim. Um, but yeah. Oh, okay.
Hello,
Hello.
can you hear me?
I can. What's up?
Okay, oh, let me turn my volume up. That a lot of people are not getting is the caption "Black History is American History" is because they don't realize that more than white people play history in this country, and pretty much slavery was a thing when this country was created anyway. So there was always black people around here, in the U.S. from the beginning. And of course, they played, a role in all sorts of ways how it was shaped.
Yeah.
Mm.
Justice Florence, where'd you go? I was just about to let you up.
Mm.
Uh, I hope Justice Florence is still, but Justice Florence was busy at the same time. Oh, here we go.
Okay.
You can stay up if you want to, Azura.
Oh yeah, I would like to see on.
I'm sorry about that.
Oh, you're good. So what's up? I saw that there was some confusion in the comments.
Yeah, so I came in halfway, so I'll let that be known. All I heard was if we had no money, what would you do? Right? What would be in your house?
if you had no, the question was if money were no object, if there was no such thing as money, if money was not a limitation for you, what would you have in your house right now?
Food, water, furniture, some
Right?
of entertainment.
Mans couldn't list a thing.
Uh, yeah.
Like, and like really, and the point I was trying to get to him that he was just not he was just not crossing the bridge was that if we remove money, we can actually focus on valuing human lives. Because it's easier to focus on the value of other people when we don't have to worry about our basic daily needs and some of the things that we just want, because wants and needs aren't mutually exclusive. And that was where I was trying to get him. Like, hey man, there was a world we've had a world without money, and we will have a world without money again. I don't know what that's going to look like by the time Armageddon hits,
So you're
but
kind of
we
in
can
the
have
same mindset as Orlando, where he's like, "You're making us pay for grapes,
it.
like we will burn in
Hey
hell if
Blue.
we're not through with you."
Yeah, it's like no, just like I think it'll be beautiful. Like so, and you're right, Orochi. I also sometimes fall into that conundrum of it's easier to imagine the end of the world, or at least the end of the world as we know it, than it is to imagine the end of capitalism. But the end of capitalism will happen first. The world isn't going to go anywhere. And if it does go somewhere, it's not going to be because of us. The world, like, so people say, like, we're fucking up the climate, we're fucking up the earth. We're fucking up our livability on the earth. We're not fucking up the earth. The earth will heal, the earth will be fine. We're fucking up the part that we can live on. And it's the same with capitalism. Like, we can either end capitalism or it will end us. But I feel like there's so much. How can I properly articulate this? There's so much invested into the imagination of the end of the world. Like we have all of these movies about the end of the world, and we have all these books and whatnot about the end of the world, or at least the end of civilization as we know it. But like, what about the end of capitalism? There isn't as much invested into the end of capitalism as much as there is the end of the world or the end of civilization. So that's where it was going to get to eventually, but apparently just needs some help, and he needs to really get on. Hey Drew, he needs to get off the ground of like, oh my god, what would I do without money, holy crap. But like, he'll get there. I trust that he'll get there. Don't let Marxism mystify you. I'm actually not a Marxist hard R, and nice dog whistle you got there. Justice, please go ahead, and then Amina, you can go after Justice.
Thank you. That's a hard topic because, and this is opinion, I believe that there is a higher group of people, whether you refer to that as the elites, Illuminati, that will not. They will do everything in their power to make sure that capitalism will not end in America. So just even thinking about that as a possibility, I think that will cause war. And I don't know. I mean, it's possible it could happen, but like as of anytime soon, I don't think so, because then that would mean everyone that's rich, like everyone would be the same, like socialism. Kim Kardashian doesn't want to be in the same level as us. Like, I don't know.
I mean, and Amina, I'm gonna let you go next. Hey Rick, I'll get to you like after Amina. So like, you're right when you use specifically Kim Kardashian as an example. And hello, Drew, I saw you come in. Kim Kardashian doesn't want to be the same as us. I was told that Kim Kardashian had her butt lift undone because butt lifts became more popular. So she's made it very clear that she would rather be the higher other class. But hey Joe. But but it's like under socialism, I don't want this idea, people to have this idea that socialism means that we lose our sense of individuality, we lose our talent and whatnot. Socialism just pulls people closer to the same financial level. Somebody seriously came in here with the name trans hater for real? People out here are wild, y'all. Um, and it's like it comes with an understanding that we all do better when we all do better. That's the baseline, and then it goes into this whole other thing. But yeah, I just saw that like Drew didn't even give him a chance. They went ahead and blocked him. Uh so it's like people who want to make art can go ahead and make art. People who want to build stuff, they go ahead and build stuff. This it doesn't Socialism isn't the breaking down of the structures of education and whatnot. It just means that people don't have to struggle to get their basic needs met, so they can actually do what they want to do instead of having to conform and be coerced under capitalism just to survive, which is shoving people into positions that they don't want to be in, that they don't care about, which is how a lot of these terrible things happen. So like they say capitalism breeds innovation, but like why do all the car models look the same? You know what I'm saying? And I know that's very oversimplified. But like I just don't see capitalism breeding this innovation. I see capitalism breeding desperation. I and like even in the microcosm of the internet, people are chasing trends rather than doing what they want to do. Hey Trippy, because that's where the money is. Otherwise, people would just be doing what they wanted to do. Like that's why NCPs blew up, right? Pinky Doll started out doing a thing that she just wanted to do that she thought would be fun, and like, hey, maybe this will take off. That would be great. And now there's hundreds of other Pinky Dolls because they saw that that's where the money is versus doing whatever they wanted to do and being able to get their needs met with whatever they wanted to get. And not to say that there are some people who were like, hey, that's a cool idea. I want to do that. That's fun. But like a lot of people are doing it for the money. And I can tell that a lot of people are doing it for the money because they drop out quick when they're not doing it as well and they're not making that much money. So it's just like these smaller examples that lead up to these bigger things. But I'm going to go ahead and let Amina go, and then Rick can go.
Yeah, thank you so much. Because I just wanted to say a couple things and then I'll drop down. Like you were saying with like kind of the movies that are pushed out of like apocalyptic natures, I think there's a lot of capitalism that's pushed out this narrative that this is how it's been, this is how it always will be, this is the best system in place. Like it's that same propaganda that is trying to tell you that this is the best option for you, me, and everybody else, and thus we should continue to reinforce the system by going to work, by continuing to contribute to systems of government like the United States, et cetera, right? Like these are all examples of how capitalism is definitely pushing a narrative that this is something that will always exist and it's just the status quo. And I feel like in that system, we can kind of get into a situation where we continually have to go to work every day, or we continually have to live paycheck to paycheck, work so much that we don't have to worry about any free time. We can barely even organize as people who want change in our free time because of the way that the capitalistic system is set up, right? These are all things that are so inherently built that they want us to forget, and I'm telling every single person this, that when we all stand up, the party is over. Because the reality is, this is all based on people like you, me, and everybody else, that even though we might have similar or different financial, standings or whatever, at the end of the day, if we all stop working, if we all take a very organized stance against this system, this entire party of capitalism will fall because it is built off our backs. It is built off of the workers that are coming here every single day. So, yeah, I just wanted to say that before I go. A couple things before I go as well. Y'all, please respect our lovely host, he, him pronouns. He's a great guy. I really appreciate you, Helios. And I also want to say, since I did like talk about the great food that I ate, if anybody in here is food insecure, I know that not everybody has the opportunities that I have to be able to have accessibility or have money for food. If any of you are struggling for your next meal, please just message me privately and I can send you a Cash App or two for some money to provide for you. Inshallah, capitalism will fall and all of these oppressive empires will fall, inshallah. So thank you all so much.
And thank you for coming up, Amina. Rick, you can go next, and then Azura, I'm sorry. Ezra, you've been waiting a long time, so you can go after Rick, and then Justice, you can go.
Yeah, inshallah, like they said, hopefully it'll fall. I think that people have this outlook of capitalism being around and like being inevitable and being like this long-standing system. It's like it's a very local thing, right, to the west and to like the like imperial core, as it were, like the US. Because when you look at like the rest of the globe, people are as likely to be communists as they are to be liberals, right? Like that's pretty common in the rest of the world. There are 200 million communists in India, and there's only 330 million people in the U.S. So like, just in India alone, and like you look at the rest of the world, and it's not as far off uh for like globally as it used to be. Even I think it's almost in a like better like the rise of socialism is almost in a better position now than it was in the Soviet era, because we have a more battle hardened uh, response to the sort of imperialism that we have going on. Also, happy Black History Month, Helios. Thanks for having me up.
You're muted.
Oh, I'm muted. I'm sorry. Crap. Thank you, Justice. I'm so bad at this. Thank you, Rick. Happy Black History Month to you as well. Ezra next, and then Justice.
I'm glad that we are talking about capitalism, because if we look at what's happening in the rest of the world, the writing's on the wall. We're on its last leg, pretty much, it's capitalism here in the US. If you look at the G7 countries versus the BRICS countries are taking over as far as global trade in the percentage on the world stage. People have had it with this imperialism, with another country imposing their type of views of what a government should function inside of their own internal affairs. They're having no more business of that.
I'm thinking Ezra is done. So Justice, you please go next.
I just got notified that about what 2 days ago Biden sent some more money to what's that country? I think he needs to stop sending money to other countries and he needs to start putting that money into our own country.
I agree with you. So there are plenty of people more educated than I am on a full economic situation that that have tallied up how much it would cost to manage our social ills, and it would take like 26 billion to resolve homelessness. It would take like 86 billion to resolve medical debt and like get like nationalized healthcare and so on and so forth. Please, I definitely encourage people to look up these numbers. And then, oh, visor. And we're sending, what is it, like 1700 $170 billion to Israel alone, from what I know, and then some more billions of dollars going to Ukraine and Taiwan. And I'm not sorry it cut out. Okay. And I'm not saying that America shouldn't be involved in aid. All countries should be involved in aid, because like let's just aid people. Hello, Jeremy. Happy Black History Month. Um oh, the 170 billion is going to Ukraine. How much is going to Israel?
15 billion, I think. And
15
also,
billion?
the
Okay.
thing that no one mentions is the 2 billion we're sending to Taiwan, which is terrifying because we want to go to like we're trying to push this war with China, which like there's no possible way that the US can win
Well,
the war.
Well, no, that 2 billion is not going to Taiwan because it's my understanding that the 2 billion is going to Taiwan because we need their microchips and they're like destitute over there. So like we're sending them that money so they can keep making the microchips.
No, that's for
Yeah.
defense. We're
Oh,
sending them 2 billion for their defense, right? Like, because we've been sending them weapons and stuff for a long time, just like these other places, just like Israel. Yeah, because
fuck.
the U.S. has a
I see.
it's a very complicated thing where we don't officially recognize Taiwan, but we have a treaty that says we will defend Taiwan if China
Oh,
invades. And so
okay.
it's complicated. But there is other deals, obviously. I mean, we have been buying chips. We're trying to not have to buy chips anymore from them because if the war breaks out, we won't be able to get them. Right. And like that's one of the big reasons that Biden has pushed that the CHIPS Act is to bring the manufacturing here so we can make our own chips so we don't have to buy chips from Taiwan so that we can go to war with China.
Okay, that's fair. And then thank you, Miguel, for answering my question. 15 billion to Israel, the 170 billion to Ukraine, and the 2 billion. Now I know specifically that it's 2 billion to Taiwan. Hey, Taxa Church, and hey everybody. I'm gonna say hey to everybody real quick. Hello, Tyler. Welcome back, Blue. Oh, you didn't leave. You're liking the live. Thank you for liking the live. Thank y'all so much for the likes and shares. Please continue to like and share the live. Let's get to 20K likes, and please do share so more people can join the conversation. Hello, Joe. Another Joe, not that Joe. Thank you for sharing the live, Trippy. Um, hello, amazing human again. Yay. 8 billion a year going to Africa just for humanitarian aid. Which Africa? Like you say Africa, but like Africa is like a big fucking thing. So it's like okay, 8 billion, but then like how much? Oh, Drew wants to come up. So Justice, I'm gonna go ahead and let you speak next, and then I'm gonna let Drew up, and then Drew can go next, and then Rick. So Justice, please go ahead.
Actually, I don't know what to talk about.
I'm sorry, what?
I don't know what to talk about.
Okay. You can stay up here. You can hang back in the comments. It's fine.
All right, I'll hang in.
All right. Um, Drew, welcome back, my friend. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Can you hear me just fine?
I can hear you. Yes.
Sweet, sweet. I'm just happy Black History Month, even though every day is Black History Month.
Thanks. I
Yeah.
forgot to say thank you for having me. You are very welcome, Justice Florence. Thank you for coming up.
And the money that goes to Africa should be reparations anyways for how much we plundered Africa anyways.
Facts, ain't it?
I mean, Africa should be a superpower already, long before the colonization of the U.S.
Exactly.
What's wild is that when we give foreign aid, we actually profit off of it. Like they did this study in the 70s about like, and they've updated ever since. This guy Michael Hudson, he wrote this book called Super Imperialism, and the thing is, like, he's set to study like how much money we actually lose when we give foreign aid, like how much of it is like reinvested back to us when we do that, and like how much isn't. And it turns out that we actually turn a profit on foreign aid. So that 8 billion that we sent to Africa, we might get like 10 billion back into our economy, but it's not going back to the government. It's going back to corporations and stuff like that. So really, giving foreign aid is kind of just a roundabout way of giving money to like American businessmen and like the American nonprofits, because that money, what ends up happening is they'll give it to like a NGO that goes to build wells in Africa, but they'll pay them, right? They're Americans a lot of the time, or there's some other company like Germans or whatever. They're usually not locals, and they'll pay them to like build a well or build a like solar panel thing, and they'll pay them the money that it would cost to build this infrastructure, and then they get to take that money back home, right? And like reinvest it, and the workers are all from here, and so it's like really we're just like doing a roundabout way to hand out, like they get the solar panels and stuff, sure, but like we end up making more money off of it. And that was a huge problem like in Haiti, like when there was the earthquake afterwards, like a bunch of people set solar panels not knowing that there's already like a local company there that was selling solar panels, and so many people were getting free solar panels from these NGOs that it like put that guy out of business, right? And now he has no job, and now he needs aid on top of all the other people that lost all their stuff. He needs aid too, even though he had a company. Now his company's under. It's like the same thing like with a lot of this stuff. It's like it's a sneaky way to enter foreign markets and benefit American capitalists, right? Like the way that we do aid is fucked up.
Yeah.
I wish Miguel can come up because he's definitely like, it's only Spain, England, and France are the only ones. We have how many bases in Africa right now? How many bases?
Oh yeah, Miguel only has 119.
Yeah. And Miguel, we were once part of like Europe basically and Britain when we were colonies over here. You know?
Hello, Sean King. Also, I want to remind people, please do like the live. We're getting to 20K likes, and please do share the live so we can get more people in on this conversation. Although I am aware of the time, it is to my time, so I know that people are starting to go get their kids and whatnot, and people are getting off work between I think first and second shift and whatnot. So I am well aware of the time and whatnot.
Miguel, we are the new empire. We are the baby that Britain birthed to continue the plundering of the world.
Yeah. Hello, Orts family. Hello, Skips. Hello, Giraffe. I love that. Do y'all see these people's names? Some people are just super creative. I love that. Giraffe, dude.
Yeah.
Rock on. Hello, Ronnie.
How have you been, Rick? Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah. Rick, how have you been? It's been a while since I spoke to both of you. How have y'all been?
I've been all right. I just got back from my trip. I'm going back to work now, and that is annoying when you get back from vacation and you're like, oh fuck, I gotta do the thing again. But no, I've been all right. I don't know. It's been chill. I'm annoyed that it's still snowing because I was down in Puerto Rico and it was sunny and I was on a beach for like a week, and now it's all cold and shitty again.
Stop. Rufus.
So you're the one who brought the cold because it snowed yesterday, Rick. It wasn't snowing before then. This is your doing.
I'm the one who brought the warmth because the second I left, it was warm for a week.
I can't believe this. This is blasphemy.
Don't blame me for the cold. It's not my fault.
This is blasphemy.
Miguel thinks like, look at this. Why the U.S. needs to stop funding wars? Because it gives them their profit. They profit off of wars.
Parroting the same. Can you believe that parroting the same lines means that there's something founded behind it? Why, if something is fact, why would you need to change it? Hello, Free King. Welcome back.
I think that there's this like weird thing about the founding of America that
let me tell.
He's like, oh, we founded it to get out of the empire, and like that's sort of why a lot of people fought in the Revolutionary War. That's like half true, but there was like that decade between, right? Like 1776, right, is when the Revolutionary War, when we became a country, and then 1791 is when we ratified the Constitution, and the Constitution was sort of a coup against all of the people who fought for independence, right? Like they formed the Constitution so that they could extract taxes, and the very first thing that happened was they fought off like two separate rebellions: Bacon's Rebellion, and they fought off the Whiskey Rebellion, right? And the people were not chill with it. So like, if you are all about us, like the idea of us founding the country as a fuck you to imperialism, then you absolutely should not support the Constitution, because the people who fought it for that reason all got fucked over and then fought again to stop the Constitution from being enacted, right? Like that's weird.
Rick, hang on a second. So I totally understand getting rid of all lives matter people. For future reference, I do talk to the all lives matter people. Like I'm not disparaging anybody for kicking them, especially while somebody else is talking. But I do have a little bit of back and forth with all lives matter people, and sometimes the all lives matter people are just saying that just for attention, and it's like, okay, so then you agree Black Lives Matter. And it's also, I don't know if y'all engage with this, but it's also very interesting to have conversations about police brutality with all lives matter people, because like, and this is gonna shock you. white people are more likely to face police brutality because there are more white people in the United States. The second you hit them with that, they get into thinking mode. And then I'm like, okay, so if you understand that this is about police brutality, then that means that you need to be against police brutality as well, because it's more likely to affect you because you're a part of that. You're white. So only 25% of cop shootings are against a person of color. Right. Because there's more white people, right? So like instead of trying to section people off, there has to be the understanding that police brutality hurts all of us. Therefore, if you say all lives matter, then that it shouldn't be a response to Black Lives Matter. You should be out there protesting against police brutality, knowing that it affects you as well.
Someone doesn't understand land back because we got the same China so what do we go? What if the indigenous people come to your house and they want their land back and stuff like that? Where are you gonna go? That's not how that works, Miguel. I think the thing is to solve this problem is one to dismantle the empire.
How do we get on land back? Who said that?
Because Miguel asked a question. He asked, okay, since you're endowed with a knowledge, what do we need to do to make the world a safer place? Dismantle the U.S. U.S. is a T word. So dismantle the United States completely.
Would somebody please go look at Xbox Eric's profile to make sure that's a real person? Also, Xbox.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, you don't see them? Okay, so
I got it.
Okay, Xbox Eric, put your age in the chat.
Did he leave?
Oh yeah.
There he is. Sorry.
Okay, Xbox Eric, you're 40. Okay, my friend is going to go check you out.
Miguel, the
Gaming stuff. It's just all gaming stuff. So we just have to take a chance and make sure the disconnect button is right handedly.
Well, hang on. Does he have his face? I'm sorry. I'm assuming that you're he/him because of your name. Is the face visible in any of the thumbnails?
No, it's just all video game stuff.
So we don't do profiles that don't have people's face visible. So he can go. We're not doing that. Oh, Blue wants to come up though. There we go. Blue, I accepted you. I don't know. I just accepted Blue's request. I don't know what's happening.
I sent an invite.
Okay.
See if it works.
Blue, TikTok is held together by fucking scotch tape. I'm sorry. No voice and video game. Yeah, we don't only public profiles with videos with face visible are allowed up.
We either let go of the past or move no, Miguel, the United States needs to be accountable for their past and tell the truth for once. That's how we can have accountability and that's how we can move forward. You know?
And Miguel, what would just forgetting about the past look like to you? Because fools who forget the past are bound to repeat it.
Mm-hmm. There's Xbox Eric again.
Xbox Eric, you can't come up. You don't have pick videos with your face.
You understand the premise. What
right.
the hell?
I get your premise. You're telling people to do something with their life while you sit here and spam the comments, desperate for attention. Right? Like it's not relevant. You haven't added anything to the conversation.
It's what
it's really wild that you're telling people to do something with their lives.
Wait, my two pics are my face. You really are ignorant. Well, that's going to help you get up here, Xbox Eric, calling people ignorant. Well, that just won you kudos. Like, let's bring him up now.
To be fair, he called you ignorant.
Oh, ignorant.
Oh, he called you ignorant, Drew. He called you ignorant.
I'm ignorant.
Ignorant.
Okay.
I love that for you. Eric, define ignorant.
Sitting here talking about who is wrong never lets what's right move on. You don't, Miguel. You don't understand shit. You don't. Jesus Christ.
Miguel, you came into a space obviously led by a black person to say move on from the past as though the past isn't affecting us in the present and will go on to affect us in the future if we don't change things
Oh,
now. What do you think that you have done? What do you think that I'm just going to be like, "Oh no, I should just stop all of my Black Lives Matter stuff and stop talking about reparations and stop like what do you think you did? Do you think that you changed anything in this space?
and the other
What do
thing,
you
it is
think you
kind
did?
of, and another thing that plays into white supremacy because white supremacy wants us to forget about the real past and the atrocities held that the United States did towards black and indigenous people. Like, come on now. And I guess there is a face for Eric. Xbox Blue said.
Well, he called you ingenuine, or what'd you say?
Ignorant.
He called you
Ignorant.
ignorant. So we have to take that. When Eric can define ignorant, then we will consider letting him up.
Yeah. Look at all these all lives matters people.
I
He is
mean,
a white guy. Okay.
if all lives matter, then here you go.
The reason why nothing's changed because again, United States has not come accountable and told the true history of their past.
Yeah, literally. Literally. Free Palestine, yes. Hey, jellyfish.
For real. Pregnant. Hey, Dimes.
We have some Palestine people coming in, so I'm gonna put this up.
It's what you do with your life that matters. You sound like a life coach giving out bullshit.
He keeps spamming it. It's just really funny. Like so desperate for attention. Just like, but don't you understand?
Whoa!
It's what
Hey,
you do
check
with
it
your
out.
like. That's not okay. But,
Hang on,
that's
Rick.
not a.
Rick, check out Reed. They put N and then stars. They want to call me the N word, but they want
Oh,
they want me to know that they want me to be the N word.
Oh,
Like, brother,
that's so. It's great.
it didn't take you long. I died. That's good. You're on punishment.
They were afraid to say fucking earlier. It was F a bunch of stars, but like apparently they're also just racist, which is like, I mean, you can't really be surprised.
oh
Hey,
God.
Mel.
The world owes you nothing. Get get out
Get
there and make your life better.
better.
Out the government is the problem. This is a
Hey,
boost
Miko,
yourself up by a bootstrap statement.
I got a question for you. Do you owe anything to your community? I really want to know if you think that you owe something to your community. Because
Hello, Nate.
my
Hello,
theory
Tim.
is that a lot of people that think like this, they're really just covering up for the fact that they're lazy because they don't want to take responsibility for their community, right? And so, like, if you think you don't owe anything to your community, like, it's easy to be like, well, the world doesn't owe you anything. It's like, I think that that's not true. I think that we owe each other the world. I think that that's the better way to live, rather than acting like,
Oh,
the
hi.
world doesn't
Sorry,
owe
one
us
second.
anything. We don't owe anything to the world. I think it's kind of silly.
Well, they said respect. I respect to my community and don't blame my issues on history. Are you, Miguel? Where you don't blame your issues on history? Where are you from? 'Cause that's a really privileged take.
Yeah, I know, right?
I don't blame my issues on things that people had, so I wouldn't have to experience them. And still experiencing. Hello, Jerry. Hello to all the people say hello to before because we were having a conversation. Hello, Joker. Hello. People blame history on why things are tough. Yes, Miguel, because that's how it happened. Hello, Philip
I,
Blanca.
I think that people who say shit like that are just too lazy to learn any history, and so they cover for it by pretending the history doesn't matter. Because if you pretend history doesn't matter, then it precludes you from actually learning anything about history.
I think another thing too is they
Hang
don't
on,
want to.
Drew, hang on. Miguel, if you don't know history and you don't want to learn history, just say that and keep scrolling. Because we're not going to put that much more energy on you, especially since we have a new guest up here. And I do want Bree to talk at some point. BRB, right on.
I also
Hugs for
think that
Palestine.
I also think that people are in denial because they have to take a look at like the systems in front of them and actually have to do something, and they don't want to. I think that's
Oh,
another perspective that people don't like to actually see the real history of things and how it affects today.
right. So caps are for mods only. I do appreciate the sentiment, but caps are for mods only. Bree, please go ahead.
Hi. I just want to say that I love your lives. I love what you do. I love how you think. And I find it wild how many people are saying that we don't need Black History Month and then proving exactly why we need Black History Month. Um, I'm from Texas, so every February I got an extremely watered down version of Black history, and I grew up in like a nice suburb where we're supposed to have a great education. And it wasn't until like I grew up that I was able to properly educate myself on these things, and it's very important. And um, I just want to say thank you for what you do. And I
Oh,
kind of joined on accident. I keep spam liking and then clicking the request, but it's really nice to meet you, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.
oh, thank you so much, Bree B. Much love right back at you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Right
M-
on. Have a good day.
Miguel's bringing up the Jewish situations. Yes, we know about the Jewish oppressions. I think didn't Jewish people also get reparations too
In some places, but
in
like
some places?
but the thing is, Miguel is saying, why don't Jewish people blame their problems on history? And it's like
Are
they
you
do.
kidding
It's like
me?
Miguel. Hang on a
Wait, are
second.
you kidding me? That's wild. That's wild to say.
Miguel, that was extremely ignorant. You gotta know that was ignorant as fuck, man.
Moving the goalposts
Are
and
you gonna
pivoting.
continue to hang on? Are you gonna continue to just be ignorant, or are you gonna like actually hush up and learn something? What you need to know, I'm not this is people I know people come here for the roast. I do love roasting, but you need to know that that was a downright ignorant thing to say. And you trying to speak, I won't learn anything here. Okay, then leave. Goodbye.
Oh, do you want me to get rid of him?
I got rid of him. You're good.
All right, all right. Bye, Miguel. So sad.
Because that was like, so I don't like to speak for for other groups. I'm not Jewish. I don't want to speak for Jewish people. But like, do not bring that ignorant shit around me. You're not.
Mhm.
It's not going. We're not doing that because like he and then he said, "Hey, what? Right on. Oh, hashtag FYP in the chat. Thank you so much, KB. Trump 2024. We'll see about that. Free Palestine. Hell yeah. Um, thank you. You're welcome, Joe. Um, that was just beyond ignorant. Like you're doing too much for free. Go somewhere where you get paid. Get out of here.
or
Hello,
give us
Nightwolf.
or give the host reparations, which they
Literally,
duly deserve.
literally. Thank you, Drew. But there's plenty of other things to talk about. I can switch. Oh, we got the sticker.
The election is
We got
is
the
is
sticker.
is only a bourgeoisie.
Hang on, I gotta pull out the.
Oh shit! Here we go. Third party. We could talk about reparation if the host wants to. I think a white person shouldn't talk about reparations. I think for black people should be the ones talking about reparations because I come from a white perspective. So
I'm
let me just.
taking a dump right now. Good for you. Hello, Dimes.
Someone asked if you want to, Helios. They want to know what reparations look like. If you want to.
Um, what would reparations look like? Well, it definitely wouldn't be 40 acres and a mule at this point. What reparations would look like is what it looked like for the Japanese. It would be monetary. Reparations would be what it looked like for the former slave owners. It would be monetary. They need to cut us all a damn check, like period.
Isn't the black community like own trillions basically now?
Yeah, like, and it doesn't have to be paid all at once. I think when the treasury or whatever it was like reparations towards people, the descendants of African slaves, would be too much, would cost us too much. They set it up in a way in which the reparations would be paid all at once.
Mm-hmm.
But the reparations can be paid over time. They don't have to be paid all at once. It's just in our history. Thank you so much for the roses. I'm gonna need water for all these roses. It's just in history they could afford to pay people a lump sum because there were less people, and things were cheaper back then because it was a different economy. But now, since there's so many people, when it comes to Black and Indigenous reparations, they would basically have to give us a payment plan,
Mm-hmm.
or they would fully cover our passports and moving expenses to different countries. At least for Black people, for African people of African descent that want to go anywhere they want to go in Africa, our expenses would be government paid.
Do
That,
you
of course, Indigenous people wouldn't get the same because they are, they're here. But but yeah, reparations for us would look either monetary, or you pay for our moving, because a lot of African Americans are moving to Ghana because Ghana has a very open immigrancy policy for African Americans. So like the United States would pay for our stuff on this side to get to Ghana, and then Ghana would take us the rest of the way. Um, but yeah, reparations can look like a lot of things, and I think that people are very limited about their idea of reparations when really that can be a lot.
would you be concerned underneath the system of capitalism of them taking advantage of you and like reparations meaning really nothing? Would you be worried about that, or would you, you know?
Well, when it comes to monetary reparations, the main thing that I would be worried about is price gouging, which
Mm-hmm.
is the same thing I'm concerned about with UBI. Nobody owes you anything. If you believe that nobody owes me anything, you should probably leave, because this is definitely about how everybody owes me everything. So the same issue I have with UBI is the same issue I have with reparations. We would still have to make laws against price gouging. We would still have to make like national rent control laws, especially for Black and brown people that live in slums. Because the slumlords will just raise the rent $100, and people will still be in the same situation. So that's my baseline answer for that, because that's the first thing that I think of. But another Black person might tell you something different.
It almost sounds like it would move us into socialism because all these laws that you're talking about would like actually help benefit you, but like the price gouging stuff and the rent control stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that would also be applied systemically too, wouldn't it, in a sense?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So the protection for you is, in a sense, the liberation of Black people is the liberation of everybody. There you go. I feel like that's an example, right? Because you're going, you know.
Um, Being that it's not sold commercially and was planted in the Black community. Fair. Hello, Barbara. I don't know what your sentence means, because it's not actually a real sentence. Foolery. Thank you so much. You're very welcome. Um, Also, law against sweeping property buy up. You're right, Sergeant. You're absolutely right. Also, laws against sweeping against property buys like that.
I don't think that anyone should be able to own more than 3 homes, period. Anybody. There's no reason for it. Why does anybody need more than that? And if you need more than that, get one home that's bigger. Trade one out for something fancier. Like no, if like this idea that like a single person can own 100 properties that are homes for people and just charge everybody fucking rent is wild. Like if you have 2 houses, you want to rent one out, okay, fine, whatever. I hate landlords still, fuck them all, but like I can compromise there. But this is the reason that like 90% of people in China have a home is because they have rules like that where like if you try to own more than a certain number of homes, you get taxed to fuck. Uh, like it's really that simple. Like it's
Well,
ridiculous that we just let people buy and sell houses like they're fucking poker chips.
also the point is, if you want to be a landlord so bad, just get an apartment building.
Right. In that case, it kind of makes sense, and it's like there is some like even in like the like all these like socialist and former socialist countries, they still have about 10% of people who are renting. That's mostly students and business people and stuff, that like people who need to rent because of the way that their lifestyle is, like that
Yeah.
makes sense. Or like you just move into a place, you're not sure if you want to stay there forever, like that kind of stuff. Like there's some need for renting for sure. But
Yeah.
like the level to which we have it in this country is wild, and it's growing quickly. Like they're planning on making it so that probably within my lifetime, if nothing politically changes in this country, that no one will own a home.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Like
So
they want to do
Sergeant,
that. They're open about it. They say that they're going to do that.
hang on. I want to address what Sergeant said. Sergeant said plutocrats want everyone else's lives to be devoted to serving them. Yeah, facts.
We're heading into a monarchy. I feel like we've already been a monarchy in a sense, because everybody that's in the ruling class is connected to some kind of monarchy. Even like the people that are like the politicians, you can find connections to royalties and stuff like that. It's like the nobles never went away.
Some of that
nobles
stuff
go
is
away.
kind of yes though, because like everybody, like there weren't that many people on the planet back then, and a lot of people can connect them. Like there's lots of people who are in very much worse off situations that are also related to nobility. Like there's like a 1 in like 100 chance that you're related to any given European noble. Most people
Right.
have some sort of nobility in their past.
Yeah. And people also need to understand that the revolution in the United States was a bourgeoisie ruling class revolution.
Yeah.
And then because of the Bacon rebellions, we added the construct of race even harder to keep like white, because like you said in the Bacon's rebellions, it was black and white workers that united together to do that, and the ruling class like, we can't have that, so let's implement this to separate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
So I'm gonna go on a little break, and I'll be back in like 10 minutes. Also, there's only 13 people in here, so it's good to reset the live because
oh, no
it's
worries.
falling into shadow ban land. But I'll be back in a few minutes. I'm gonna use the restroom and probably eat some snacks, and y'all come right on back. All right.
All right. Thank
All
you.
right. Yeah. See you in a few.